let's settle in. Wherever you are, typically I would ask you just to settle your physical body in, and then I would encourage you to close your eyes. But for today, I'd like us just to take these first few breaths of just kind of looking around at where you are and just notice all the things, whatever room or space that you have chosen for this time together. Just take it all in. Notice the colors, the textures. Notice the things around you that could possibly be a distraction. The phone, the dog, the air conditioning, vet. Just notice. Take it all in. And then begin to gently allow your eyes to close. Just let them soften, or maybe your gaze just goes down, and then let's all settle with a little bit of breath. Just gently finding that slow, deep inhale, and then just as gently releasing the exhale. And then just slowing everything down, just allowing yourself to really settle. And then what I would invite you to do is, as the breath just comes and the breath goes, you find a rhythm that feels right. Just notice what it was like for those few seconds to kind of look around the room and just notice. For most of it's probably familiar, that you're seeing things you've seen many, many times. But what we need to do for this practice to really come into the present moment is we need to be aware of the things that could distract us. And I also recognize that some of those things are internal. But as we sit in meditation, it's not always just enough just to settle in and get comfortable and cross those legs and anchor those sit bones. There needs to be a gentle awareness of the potential of things that could get in the way of us truly finding our way to the present moment, marveling at the present moment. And as you're just settling into that breath and you're comfortable giving yourself permission to adjust the body as you need to, we have been on a journey together for the last few weeks, really sitting with this concept of purpose, of Dharma, of duty. And we've looked at it from a lot of different angles. But today, for our few minutes that we have, I want us to approach our purpose, our Dharma, our sense of duty, our contribution to this world. I want us to approach today with an understanding of the obstacles, the distractions that could get in the way of that. We do a really good job of showing up. We pause, we sit, we breathe, we anchor. We find a little more clarity about our purpose, about our path, about who we are. And then we get up. And life gets busy again and distractions come. And often what happens is we forget to revisit that purpose, that discovery, until we sit back down again on the cushion. And so I thought that for this few minutes that we have, we would follow the teachings of what Thich Nhat Hanh used to always tell you is, when you notice a challenge or a struggle or a distraction, welcome it like you welcome a friend. Allow it to sit right there with you and just greet it. Don't ignore it. Don't push it down, because when you do, it's going to find its way back into your awareness. So instead, embrace it. Hello, struggle, he used to say. I see you. I welcome you. And I know it may sound a little silly on the surface, but there really is a lot of truth there. Rather than going through life and being taken by surprise by these things, let's cultivate awareness together today. As we continue just to journey along this path of understanding our purpose, let's cultivate awareness of what the potential obstacles and challenges could be to that purpose. We've sat and we've reflected on the idea of our global purpose as humanity, this idea of lessening the suffering of others around us, this idea of contributing to the happiness and the freedom and the well-being of others. But then we all have this little d, or the smaller Dharma, this purpose that's just for us. Oftentimes based on our skills and our talents and our passions. It's our pathway toward that bigger purpose. And for some of us, we're still discovering what the purpose is, but I don't think it's ever too early to sit with the potential obstacles. And so just continue to breathe nice, slow, rhythmic, gentle breaths in and out. And for the next few breaths, I would invite all of us to just be aware of what are the obstacles to you fulfilling your purpose. I will sit with the idea of what are the obstacles for me. The same way that I looked around this room and I took it all in. Now let's look internally. Let's take it all in. Let's begin to see and understand those challenges, those potential obstacles. Let's greet them like Thich Nhat Hanh encouraged. Welcome them, embrace them. And as we sit for just this next little bit, you'll begin to see that some of those obstacles are internal and some of them are external. Some of them we create ourselves, and others come from the actions of others. Notice them all. Just be aware. Whatever the mind's eye begins to show, just notice it. Continuing to breathe slow, compassionate breaths in and out. In the same way that we just used a few seconds to take in the room around us, all the stuff in that space. Just taking these few seconds here just to check in and be aware. And then what I'd like us to do is share a Tonglen practice where we truly take in these obstacles, these challenges. And then the beautiful practice of Tonglen is as we breathe these things in, our beautiful heart begins to agitate it a little bit. It's almost like this washing effect, so that as we exhale clarity. We breathe in the obstacle, we breathe in the challenge, we welcome it, we embrace it. Our heart does what our heart does. And we exhale clarity. Because the most effect that these challenges tend to have is they cause confusion. They make us doubt. They make us doubt our capacity. They make us doubt that maybe we misunderstood what our Dharma, what our purpose is. They make us think that we really can't do it, that it's too big. And so what I'd like us to do for these few minutes is just shift that mindset so that at each exhale, we breathe out clarity. Again, even if you're not quite sure what your purpose is, our global purpose for all of us is contributing to the health and the well-being and the happiness of others, helping to eliminate and lessen the suffering around us in whatever way that looks like for us. And so when I breathe in, I will say that I'm breathing in the challenge. I'm breathing in the obstacle. Maybe you'll name it in your head. Maybe you'll just use the word challenge and obstacle. But let's just get into the practice of welcoming it, embracing it, recognizing it, and letting our heart do what this practice for all this time has enabled it to do, so we can breathe out clarity. So just take another breath on your own, just a breath in and a breath out. And then let's practice this Tonglen meditation together. Breathing in, my obstacle. Breathing out, clarity. Breathing in my obstacles. Breathing out clarity. Breathing in obstacles. Breathing out clarity. Breathing in obstacles. Breathing out clarity. Breathing in obstacles. Breathing out clarity. And then I'm going to slow that breath in down just a little bit. And I'm going to pause. And if you feel like you need to breathe out before I say it, you just listen to your body. But that slower breath in is really me sitting with it, taking it in, recognizing it. And that little pause at the top before I breathe out, I'm giving my heart, my spirit a chance to do something different with it. So that what I emit and exude and breathe out into this world is a sense of clarity. I do it for me, I do it for my environment, I do it for my purpose. So again, if your breath cadence changes and it's different than mine, you just keep breathing. In with the challenge and the obstacle, out with the clarity. Breathing in the obstacle. And pausing, and sitting with it. And breathing out clarity. Breathing in the obstacle. Sitting with it, welcoming it. And breathing out clarity. Breathing in the obstacle. Sitting with it, welcoming it. Breathing out clarity. And as you continue to breathe, maybe you continue with that rhythm, with those words, maybe you just sit, trying to cultivate just pure awareness of this moment, not the things around us, not the things that come across our mind's eye. Just cultivate your awareness. And let's just sit in the quiet, sharing space collectively, but most importantly, sharing space with just you. And if it feels right to you, maybe bring one hand to heart center. And if not, just leave your hands where it's comfortable. Breathing out, I feel the clarity because as my hand presses gently there at my heart, or as I just imagine it pressing, I trust in what this practice has given me. It's given me the courage to embrace the challenge, trusting my heart, my spirit, to begin to turn that challenge, that obstacle, so that I live with a sense of clarity. Breathing in the obstacle, letting the heart do what the heart does, and breathing out clarity. And as we prepare to close our time, I know that we won't just rise up and all of a sudden the obstacles will be seated as a friend next to us. We'll embrace them and life will be clear and without confusion. But I also know that if we don't start, we'll actually never get there. So let today be the first step. You may not rise up and have a full sense of clarity and have a full understanding of what these challenges, these obstacles are. But let today's time just be a cultivation of a mindset that rather than seeing the obstacles as a hindrance to my purpose, I'm going to welcome them. I'm going to embrace them, and I'm going to trust that this practice gives me what I need to turn that obstacle into my sense of clarity. My purpose is still my purpose. The obstacle is just the thing that I need to sit with. Recognize it. Welcome it. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your practice today. But more than that, thank you for showing up for you, collectively and individually, living out our purpose. And little by little, this world will feel the impact. Namaste.